Tell us a little bit about the process of being approached by Terminix. How do they reach out to you?
So we get a call. Well, a couple things. Number one, I'd always been told you have a number. And it's just not a number. It's what it would take to sell your business. What would it take to actually pull the trigger? And I always had this list, and I always had coached my brother that we were going to have this list. And not in our heads, on paper. And we did. And the other thing,
documented this, and
we had documented it.
And did it change every year?
Yeah, a little bit. But, like one of the things that was on the list was I wanted to be one step below the C-suite. Who's going to hire a 55-year-old white guy to be in the C-suite of a $2 billion company? Nobody's doing that. But I could get really close to that. And that was one of the things that I wanted, right? So we had our number, and I knew all the multiples that my friends were selling for and crazy numbers at that point. And we had the list. So we had that. The other thing that I had been told and taught in Build to Sell was you also have somebody by your side that's helping you make sure that you are truly building the company in the best way possible, that it's framed the best. That person was Lance Tullius, the Tullius Partners. He was one of the best brokers, still is, in the pest control industry. He understood our industry. He understood. And we talk all the time. But he was never shopping, and I wasn't for sale. So when Terminix came knocking, I had both. And they said, can you meet us at Philadelphia International Airport? And I said, yes. And I called Lance and said, can you fly into Philadelphia? And I remember Dion Pearson, who was their chief revenue officer, comes in and he's, telling us about this new CEO that they have. He's like, they're 6 months. Nick Vardy, who's changing, he's been brought on to transform Terminix, and they've been looking and they found us and they wanted us. And he said, what would it take for us to get you? And I said, well, we have a list and, but you're not going to give us this. And he said, well, can you show me the list? And I said, well, yeah. I said, I'd have to go, I didn't bring it with me. But, if I get online, give me Rick and I a few minutes, and we just want to make sure the list is right. He said, if we look at the list and we say yes, will you sign an LOI today?
No pressure.
I'm like, well, yeah, but you're not going to, but that's fine. Yeah, sure, whatever. Then my brother and I go off and we bring out the list and we hand it to Dion and he looks it over. He looks it down, looks up, looks down, looks up. I think by the third time he looked up, he goes, we're going to do this. And I looked at my brother and went like, WTF? Like, what now? And my brother looks square at me in the eye and goes like, you know what now? You've been telling me for all these freaking years, Phil, that we had to have a number. And then if somebody said they would give it to us and all the stuff, we're doing it. Sign the piece of paper. That's what you're going to do. I was like, crap. And it was my baby, right? And, because you're given, right? Yeah, it's that moment of truth. Like, it's like, wow, like this is really going to happen.